Right, hi everybody, my name is Ty the Royal and I'm the founder of the Influencer Sphere movement. I'm also the founder of Royalty Entertainment. Welcome to our very first podcast in the movement. We'll be doing more of these every Saturday at 8 p.m. We'll be dropping the videos and you guys can go and watch them on the Royal Lounge. We'll also have the audio file on Spotify and we'll also have the audio file on Audio Max and SoundCloud. Welcome everybody to the first edition of the Influencer Sphere Movement podcast. With me here is our host, Tapiwa, and our first interviewee of the day, Kylian Dziko. I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Cards!
You've been expecting it. It's been circulating the internet, people's statuses, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and people have been hyping it. For days we've endorsed it, for weeks we've endorsed it. It's finally here. All we've got is each other. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Influencer Sphere podcast. This is the movement that you've been waiting for. My name is Tapiwa, and today we have one of our artists on stage who is coming to just briefly tell us a lot of things that we as young people need to hear, we as artists are expecting to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today, one of our very own. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Could you please kindly tell the audience, the people at home, what your name is and what your craft is as well?
So hello to everyone. My name is Kylian, also known as the Fresh Uncle.
Okay.
I do professional choreography and I'm also an upcoming artist. That's what I do.
Choreography.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of controversy that surrounds that craft. Like, just briefly tell us, how have you been circumventing the challenges and problems that you've been facing? You know, like, we have people who say that choreography is a doomed mission. It's something that you can't just wake up and do. Like, what would you tell someone who wants to become a choreographer?
Okay. So then the thing is, choreography is just like any other talent. You have to go into liking it. You have to have a passion or a determination for what you want for choreography. So to the people that want to also delve into the world of choreography, it's all about passion, it's all about the zeal, it's all about the skill that you have in perfecting that skill, so that at the end of the day you are able to achieve something, you're able to be called a professional choreographer.
Okay, so you mentioned two things. You are an artist, you are a choreographer. Like, how long have you been in this craft? When did you start? What strides have you taken into perfecting your craft and all those type of things?
Okay, so I'll firstly start with choreography. I started choreography way back. That's the first thing that I started. I think it was around 2014 then I was still young kid.
Yeah, you've been in the industry for a
very
long
time.
Okay.
Professionally, I started around 2019. That's when I decided to try and make a living out of choreography.
Okay.
Yes. Then music, I started last year. That's when I started recording last year. Yes.
Okay, so as an artist, like, how many songs have you recorded? And is it possible that you just give us a snippet of what you've done before, you know, to get the people interested to know that there is someone called Kylian out there, the Fresh Uncle?
Okay, so I've released, I think, a total of 12 songs, 12 singles.
Ooh.
Yes, 12 singles, yes.
Okay.
Then I think I'll just give you a little bit of something that I recently released. It's called I See Fire.
Entertain us, Fresh Uncle. Entertain us.
So it's called I See Fire. So it goes like, I can see the fire in your eyes. I can see the fire in your eyes. Yes, so that's
You know, from an analytical angle, it's like you're seeing fire in someone's eyes. Who would this song be dedicated to? Because you are a fresh uncle. You can't just be singing for nothing. Who did this song get recorded for? Like, just tell us what led to you recording this song.
Okay, so I've been asked that question a lot of times.
So it's something that's
It's
been-
something, yes, exactly.
Tell us, give us the life today, give us the facts. You know, we can't just live here without giving us something solid. You know, we have to tell people something.
Okay.
Stop the rumors and give us the facts.
So there's this girl that I really like.
So there's a girl.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a girl. So yeah, she has pretty eyes for days. She has pretty eyes. So then I decided to make a song dedicated to her. Yes.
So if she's listening at home, the song is dedicated to you. Guys, is fresh fire in your eyes. Okay, so moving on with our podcast, like, what made you get into it? You know, you could have invested in a lot of things. Young people are becoming entrepreneurs out there. They're starting businesses, but then you decided to be different. You decided to get into your own craft, to follow choreography and do artistry. What led you into that sphere?
Okay, so one thing I realized is in life, you should learn to do the things that make you happy.
Alright.
Yes, because at the end of the day, the main goal is to make you happy and also getting the cash.
Okay.
But then if you are doing something that doesn't make you happy, at the end of the day, you will live a life of regretting, I would have done this if this had happened. So I decided to do this form of art because I love arts, I love music, I love dance, I love any form of art, I love it. So I then decided, let me just this is my form of entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yes, this is my form because I am using my talent to get something at the end of the day. So I then decided to do this type of craft.
So as an individual, would you say that the phrase or the term follow your dreams, like follow your heart's desires, is something that led you to follow this passion, or is it because of the trend as well? As in, as much as you say do what you love, was it because of the trend, or it's something that was vested in you? It's something that you really wanted, you know, like that feeling from the depths of your heart.
Yeah, I think it's because of the love of what I wanted to do, because of the love of arts.
Okay.
Because honestly speaking, if it was according to me, I would have left school and started just doing arts through and through only. That's what.
From the get-go?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your achievements thus far? Like, you've done choreography from the time you were in 2014.
Exactly.
You started recording from 2021, last year we're in 2022. Like, so far, what have you achieved as an artist, as a choreographer? The people you have met, the lives that you have changed through dance, through song, and just being fresh uncle. What have you achieved so far?
I think I'll start with choreography and dance. I think that's where I've achieved like a lot, like
Okay.
really a lot. From 2020 coming this side, I've been able to work with artists such as Enzo Aisha, Winky D. I've worked with
The Gafa himself.
Kafa himself. Yeah, I've also worked with UB Blacks.
Okay.
I've also performed on stage with Terry Africa and Sandra Ndimile. So those are some of the achievements, and also there are also corporate events, big events that I've also managed to perform in the Blue Arts Awards last year's edition. I was there in
That's big.
exactly.
Alright. And through song, like, what have you achieved? What have you done so far that just puts your name out there?
I think in terms of music, I've been able to get the recognition that even when I'm walking in the streets of town, like, we know this guy song is singing John remix, or this guy has been singing Shona songs that we are able to relate to living people, be like, your Shona songs they're quite dope. So I think recognition in music, that's the main goal that I was after, like that. First, I get recognition, and in terms of that, I've managed to achieve what recognition. Yes.
So through song, you're saying that the achievement was to get recognized, and then through choreography, it was to establish the artist that you are. Okay, so in as much as we have such great achievements, you know, there is a list of attributes that can be listed to you. We all face challenges, like there is adversity at the end of the day. What would you say has been one of your greatest challenges, like your greatest, or the things that you have faced that have sometimes led you to a moment where you thought, this is not for me, or I rushed into this thing, but you dealt with it? What can you say have been those challenges for you as an artist, as a choreographer as well?
I think the biggest form of challenge that I face in that many artists have faced, I think it's criticism. In as much as criticism is something that is there to help you to grow, but then criticism, it's at some point in my dancing career, people are like, you can't even dance, you're just an amateur, or you're just a normal dancer. I think that's also, it's at some point in life, I felt like, let me just drop this thing of dancing, let me just leave it and do something else other than dancing. Then also there are also challenges of finance, trying to find finances.
Yeah, it's a hassle.
It's a hassle, especially money. Exactly. And challenges also from relatives, like, I just focus on school, dancing is for...
It's not a career and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, I also agree with the point that you're talking on, saying criticism. There's something that most people don't understand. We have constructive criticism, where you talk to the person and tell them, no, what you're doing needs to be fixed, right? Just try to mend here and here, and you become a better dancer, you become a better singer, or follow this type of musician. They will give you a different side perspective to what is of your craft and whatnot. And then there is destructive criticism, where just people are battering the people down, and this is where we have cases of low self-esteem and whatnot. Yeah, it's something we need to look at as people and change that perspective. So in these challenges that we're facing, how did you overcome them?
Okay, I think that's where I mentioned earlier that you zeal for something, it will eventually show out there.
Okay.
Yes, for example, the dancing part. I used to go to shows almost every night and stuff, looking for gigs to perform, just to prove a point to my relatives that I can make a living out of this. And after the big names that I mentioned that I worked with, they were like, but this is actually getting serious, this is getting real. So what you can actually do it. So after that, they are the ones that are actually finding gigs and weightings for me, like, bro, we want
so they then saw the light.
Exactly.
Eventually.
Exactly. Then also on the criticism part, that's when you try by all means, look at. That's why I say at the end of the day, you need to do what you love, because if it's something that you don't love, you can easily give up on it. But then if it's something that you love, people might criticize, but then at the end of the day, you wake up, then you look into everything that people are criticizing about you, then in everything, there's something good that might come out. So that's when I realized, like, let me try and perfect my skill from a different angle. Let me see how this works. Let me rebrand myself. Then I actually saw that. Then I actually saw where I was getting it all wrong. Then I started to create something, a new identity of myself. Yes, exactly. So
and you made it relatable to the people as well.
Exactly.
People find it easier to sing your songs, even though they're in Shona, like they easily understand it when they know that. So for every artist, they have an inspiration, something we call an anchor. What would you say your anchor is in this industry that you've ventured into?
Okay. So in the music industry, I have people that I look up to, that motivated me, particularly in Zimbabwe. I think I have 3 artists that I really look up to. I have XQ, the way he sings, so calm, exactly. But at the end of the day, people are enjoying his music.
Yes.
Gaffa himself, exactly. Then we have Takura also, the Shona Prince. So I try to look up to them, to those guys, and try and get something from them that I can take there, something that I can learn from them, that I can use to polish up my craft, and hopefully one day be like them.
You learn, you adapt, and you execute. That's something to really take note of. So as an artist, like, what are your future plans? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years from now? Like, what brand would you have set? What levels would you have set? What records could you have broken by the time 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself? What do you think you could have achieved by that time?
Okay, so the dream is to be an established choreographer, just like John.